Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, 21st of October 2022. This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 19-meter band between 1230 and 1330 UTC on 15450 kHz to Europe. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr. Following the news and the review of the Turkish press, the Voice of Turkey will present our feature programs, Weekly Analysis, The Healing Spring, and Did You Know That, followed by some Turkish music. Before we begin, let's have a quick look at the headlines. OSCE has become center of deadlock, says Turkish Foreign Minister. Turkish intelligence captures so-called assassination team commander in Sinjar. Zelensky demands EU to accelerate procurement process of air defense systems to Ukraine. Bangladesh says Myanmar agreed to take back Rohingya refugees, and France faces a shortage of medicine. And now details of the news. Turkey on Friday denounced the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, for its decision to send a mission to Armenia, saying the regional bloc has become a center of deadlock. Quote unquote, the decision now taken is against OSCE's operating rules. Such a fait accompli is unacceptable, Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu said at a news conference in Mersin, southern Turkey. The security organization was unable to find a solution to the long-standing Azerbaijan-Armenia dispute, as it has sided with the occupier for the past 3 decades, he criticized. Citing the OSCE Minsk Group on Karabakh, Foreign Minister Çavuşoğlu said they have stalled the liberation of occupied Azerbaijani lands for almost 30 years. The Minsk Group, a body under the OSCE, was tasked around 3 decades ago to solve the Karabakh dispute, but it has achieved no results during his time, he said. The OSCE Minsk Group, co-chaired by France, Russia and the US, was formed on 24th of March 1992 to find a peaceful solution to the conflict, but to no avail. The co-chairs of the Minsk Group, who visited both countries periodically and met with the authorities, did nothing more than issuing warnings to the parties to abide by the ceasefire each time. Çavuşoğlu said, quote unquote, for 30 years you have not solved the problem and used consensus as an excuse. Now Azerbaijan's opinion is not taken when sending observers or any mission to that region. Such a move needs consensus. The OSCE announced that it will send a needs assessment team to Armenia on 21st and 27th of October, following Yerevan's invitation. On Tuesday, the bloc urged an immediate ceasefire after the latest border flare-up between Azerbaijan and Armenia. Turkish intelligence agency MİT captured Burhan Pichak, codenamed Cansher Laşer, who was the so-called commander of an assassination team within the terrorist organization PKK-KCK in the northern Iraqi district of Sinjar, and brought him to Turkey. Terrorist member Pichak was said to have joined PKK-YPG ranks after crossing into Syria from Diyarbakır's Lice township and trained at YPG camps in Syria. Pichak reportedly was part of the so-called operation unit of the terrorist organization created against Turkey as Operation Peace Spring, launched in 2019 in the north of Syria. He remained active in Syria's Tapka region in 2019 and 2020, received assassination training at expert level in a so-called training academy in Sarin town in late 2020, and then was assigned to the assassination unit of the terrorist organization. The captured terrorist was also said to have operated as a so-called commander in the Sinjar district in the Iraqi city of Mosul. In other security news, 4 members of the separatist terror organization PKK-YPG were neutralized in the region of Turkey's Operation Euphrates Shield in the north of Syria. A statement by Turkey's defense ministry said Turkish commandos carried out a successful operation in the said region. Quote unquote, 4 PKK-YPG terrorists who attempted to launch an attack to disrupt the peace and security have been neutralized. Operations will continue without any interruption, the statement added. In other news, Specialized Surgeon Cemil Yavaş, who was injured on 4th of October during Operation Claw Lock in the north of Iraq, succumbed to his injuries on Friday. Yavaş succumbed to his injuries at the Gülhane Training and Research Hospital of the University of Health Sciences in Ankara, where he was being treated. The body of the fallen soldier will be laid to rest at a ceremony in his hometown, Sparta. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky demanded that the European Union countries accelerate the procurement process of air defense systems to Ukraine. Volodymyr Zelensky was connected to the EU leaders' two-day summit held in Brussels via video conference, pointing out that the security and protection of Ukraine today actually means the protection of Europe. Zelensky said that everyone should work together against threats from Russia. Zelensky underlined that they need more air defense systems to stop and prevent Russian attacks on energy infrastructures and said, quote unquote, but we need more air defense and anti-missile systems to create a truly reliable air defense shield. I know that some EU countries have approved their participation in this work. I urge you to speed up the implementation of the resolutions as much as possible. Volodymyr Zelensky also said that stronger sanctions should be applied against both Russia and Iran, which supplies drones to this country, stating that Russia also uses Belarusian territory for its attacks on Ukraine. Zelensky emphasized that it is appropriate to add this country to the sanctions list. On the other hand, in a written statement posted on the official website of the Ukrainian presidency, it was said that Zelensky signed 2 decrees regarding the sanctions prepared by the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine and submitted to the presidency on 19th of October. The names of Russian oligarchs Roman Abramovich and Leonid Lebedev were also included in the sanctions list, which mainly includes Russian citizens and consists of 2,500 people. According to the decrees, 1,374 legal entities belonging to or under the control of the Russian state, such as Alfa Bank and Sberbank Factoring, were added to the sanctions list.